BreathTec is developing breath testing devices to help early screening for diseases such as cancer, liver disease, kidney disease, Alzheimer's. Testing is based on scientific evidence that breath contains biomarkers that can be recognized in your breath that speak to disease states. And we're working with the University of Florida to develop handheld breathalyzers to detect early detection of diseases through breath.
One of the reasons why I think breath analysis is very useful is because of the fact that we know that what we can detect in the blood, we should be able to detect in the air. So the whole goal behind that is, instead of having needles that we're poking people with, just blow in a tube. I'd rather have that for myself.
Blood tests, body scans, waiting weeks for results.
New technology that may detect illnesses early and easier than ever before.
A breath test was able to detect severe heart failure with 100% accuracy.
And not just those with high risk factors, allowing for earlier detection and the potential to save more lives.
The identification of biomarkers for disease and then their detection, the gold standard is a technique called mass spectrometry. And in mass spectrometry, what we do is we take molecules and put a charge on them that makes them into an ion. And then we put them into a mass spectrometer and determine their mass. And this is the way that all determination of biomarkers for disease and their detection is done today.
And so our goal is to develop a handheld device that's actually much cheaper, easier to use, and actually helps and aids physicians in a point-of-care setting to actually diagnose and possibly detect conditions earlier. So what we've been able to do is identify technologies that actually in the breath analysis area are really going to be able to help us in terms of diagnosing and detecting conditions. And because we can make things on a smaller scale using the technology developed by people like Dr. Yost at University of Florida, we actually have the ability to now take this and carry it forward to other places in the developed world in particular that are going to be much cheaper and basically can actually have a greater effect on the masses.
You know, you don't really want to draw a blood sample from somebody every time they come to the doctor's office just to see if maybe they have a disease. And if that test is going to cost $1,000, your insurance isn't going to pay for it, and you probably don't want to pay for it either. If instead you could do that on a breath sample, so much less invasive, and you could do that, you know, for a cost of a few dollars, now suddenly that really is a game changer.
And of course for cancer, the early detection and ability to screen mass populations, the benefit for that in society is huge.
BreathTec is taking the early detection of diseases from the laboratory and delivering it in handheld devices to doctors everywhere. We have the experts, we have the technology, and we're leading the way.